Ohlins unboxing here. You get a sticker sheet and you get dust boots. 4 of these. They give you an owner's manual, nuts in it, a couple bolts, padding, and we get to the good stuff. We got shock wrenches right here. All right, here we go. Let's take out the damper. This is one of the dampers. It smells like machining. Yeah, these look really nice. One top hat. The top hats are in sealed containers. 2 top hats. Springs look like. Oh my goodness. When you look at these, you realize that you spent way too much money. But I'm gonna get some shots of these because they're so nice looking. All right, let's do a front shock assemble. You can identify the front shock on the S2000 by the brake line bracket right here. See that? You do not need to cut the dust boot. So throw your dust boot on, like so. Oh yeah, look at that fitment. Oh baby. Dust boot on first, spring. Make sure you use the right one. Follow the instructions. Remember to remove your adjuster before you proceed with this. The adjuster on the top just screws off. See that? That's your adjuster. Set that aside. You want to use a fatty spacer, like this. Put your spacer on there. Grab yourself a top hat with the rubber on it. Take one of these spacers, put it in. Then you put the nut in. M10 nut goes on next. All right, so that's all together. Then we put the adjuster on. Okay, so this is a front shock all assembled. What you need to do after this, of course, is set the preload. All right, rear shock assembly. This is the rear shock. You can identify it by the shorter length. Now the manual tells you to cut off 52 millimeters from the dust boot from the bottom, and that happens to be 4 ridges up. 1, 2, 3, 4. You cut right here. Okay, dust boot's cut. Take your cut dust boot and put it on. It's the first thing that goes on. Next thing you want to do is you want to get the spring. You can identify the spring by the Ohlins manual. It has the code right on the spring in the picture. It's the same one from here. So I put this on. Bearing spacer 2. Spacer for the rear shock, it's the smaller ones. This is for the front shock, it's bigger. Spacer goes on. Rubber piece along with the top hat, like so. Then you take one of these spacers and you throw it in the top. And then a lock nut, this goes on here. The adjuster goes back on. So the adjuster is this little guy, and that just screws on the top. And you'll start hearing it click. Adjuster's on. Remember to reset this after you're done. This is what the shock looks like. We have to adjust the preload, but this is what an assembled rear shock looks like. Okay, so this is them all assembled.